Hi, Judge.
Hey, good afternoon. All right, Miss Castillo's first one, and she had a lot of cases too. This morning. Mr. Bach was here. He had to go to Judge Shire's courtroom. All right. So Mr. Meade is present. Hey, Miss Castillo, how are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. All right. So let's talk about the first case, State versus William Blake, CR 1509656 TR 190743110. And Mr. Mediate's present by the video, and Ms. Castillo is present by video. And what's happening, Ms. Castillo?
Judge, I would be asking for a continuance. I spoke with Mr. Blake actually this morning. He and I need to just touch base and make a decision about what he's going to do.
That's fine.
All right. So I'm going to set up for another Zoom hearing, and
Okay.
he's going to take a plea. Then let me know. We can vacate that date.
Okay.
It will be on July 17th at 3 o'clock.
Okay. Thank you.
July 17th, 3 o'clock. And Kang Uy?
Oh, yes. Judge, I have had, he actually, I think, came in the last time we had court, but I also spoke with him this morning. He needs a Dinka interpreter, and that wasn't on the court's. The office gets a list from the court interpreters every week, and he wasn't on that list. But I will contact. I need a continuance to meet with him, and I need to figure out what the interpreter situation is.
So has anything been done since the last hearing on June 3rd, or what's the situation?
What?
So you like, do you make arrangements with our interpreter to have him come to your office so you can talk to him with an interpreter?
Yes, but for example, sometime for whatever reason the interpreter wasn't on the list. We get a list in the office every week from the
I know, I understand that, but are you talking with him, communicating with him at all, or no?
With him, yes, but only brief, like in broken English. His English is broken, mine's not.
All right, because let's say we set the next hearing, the interpreter will be there, you will be there, and so what are you trying to? Does he want to take a plea or what? Does he want to take?
It's a DUI judge, and I need to go. I need an interpreter to go to meet with me and him, or I need to figure out a way to use the language, like a three-way call with a language line, or use the language line. So I plan to meet with him. And
okay, so what I would suggest you do is contact Kimberly Cronin, who sends out that weekly interpreter list, to have her set up a meeting for you and him, an interpreter on a Zoom before court. I mean, sometime before this next hearing date.
I will do that.
Yeah, we got to have some proactive, you got to meet with him with an interpreter so she can make those arrangements, and you can set up a Zoom hearing with him.
Okay.
And an interpreter.
Well, he doesn't have Zoom, so I'm certain. So it's going to be, but regardless, that's what we'll do.
I mean, I know that Dinka interpreter can Zoom in. You can have a Zoom, and then he can be in your office or wherever you want him to be, or by telephone, or however you want to do it.
Okay.
So I'm going to set it for, let's say July 9th, just to see what's happening.
Yeah, what time was that?
11 a.m. on July 9th.
Okay.
Next case is Javier Aguilar, TR19072-045. Mr. Mediate's present by video. Ms. Casilla is present, and have you had contact with him?
I have. I thought he was reset already because I don't have him on my calendar for today.
Yep, you got a Zoom invite for him to be there.
Right. Well, I
For
have
you
had
to-
contact, but he didn't know to be here because,
Yeah, he's set on the calendar for 3 o'clock.
and for some reason that didn't populate onto my JustWorks calendar, but I have had contact with him.
The last hearing you were gonna, back in May, you were gonna send an email to Mr. Mediate regarding some missing disclosure.
I believe we did that.
Okay, so what's happening in the case?
Well, I'm still waiting on, Carmine, you know what this is the one with those police reports, I think.
Yeah. So we have, it looks like everything's in, body cams in, photographs in, reports. Looks like there's a connect up report. So I can shoot those over to you, Christina. If that's
Well,
what you-
I think I got one, we can talk offline, but I got one connect up report, but it's definitely not right. Because
Yeah, and I know you sent multiple emails trying to get to the bottom of it. So, I mean, we'll just have to talk about it.
Okay,
I'm gonna set it for another Zoom here on July 17th at 3 o'clock.
thank you.
And then the next one is Jason Mallard, and he has several cases. And Mr. Mediate's present and Ms. Casillas present. Have you had any
That's the
contact
Danielle
with him?
case, Judge. Miss Roberts.
Ms. Roberts, okay. Ms. Roberts is on this case, and Ms. Casilla, have you had any contact with him?
He is actually in custody, Judge, with pending two felonies, I think a felony PTR and a new felony case. He has a $5,000 bond, and his felony CMC was just reset to July 20th.
All right, so we'll set another Zoom hearing after that date. Is that okay, Ms.?
Yes, please. That's what I would prefer.
Were you asking me, Judge?
Yes.
Oh, yes, that's fine. Thank you.
All right, so the Zoom hearing will be July 23rd at 10 a.m., Ms. Casilla.
Thank you.
And I believe that's all your cases, Ms. Casilla?
Yes, it is.
All
Thank
right. So Mr. Orslin is present in person.
Yes, Chair, my Zoom isn't working.
Okay, so Mr. Orslin's here on Jennifer Robles is the only case.
Yeah, that's it, Chair.
All right, Say versus Jennifer Robles, and there's 3 cases, and I'm not sure which prosecutor's on this case. Is it Mr. Vick? Supposed to be on this case. Mr.
Here.
Mediate, will you step in for Mr. Vick?
Yes, Judge.
All right, so Mr. Orslin's present in person, and have you had contact with your client?
I have heard spoken to this was yesterday on contact. We received the body worn cameras, so we have everything. We'd just like to set it for trial.
You want to set all 3 cases? Let me see, how many cases are there? One. Is it 1 case, but it had a bunch of charges for 1 incident? Do you by chance have a pretrial statement prepared, Mr. Mediate, on this case?
Yeah, I have one pretrial for all. I'm showing 3 cases.
It's
for
3 case numbers, but it's 1 incident.
1 incident, correct. So yeah, I can. There's several officers, so it'll take a few minutes, but I can work on it.
All right, it'll be in August, because I don't have any dates in July.
It's going to go for another.
Oh, let's see, it's gonna be in August. Let's see. August 10th in the afternoon.
Okay, checking. Yeah, actually, that's good for the state.
Okay, it's going to be August 10th at 10 a.m. I'm sorry, I'm August 10th, sorry, at 1:30 p.m., sorry.
Okay, and I'll send in the pretrial to Mr. Orsland. August 10th at 1:30.
Yes, 1:30 to 3, I guess. There's a lot of charges, so.
Okay.
Mr. Orland, when's your last day? Next Friday? So will you file a joint pretrial statement by June 24th? You can just scan and email it to me. And then file acknowledgement, that's going to be a little later, by July 1st. I'll try acknowledgement by, well, July 1st is going to be a little soon. I'd just say July 3rd. Yes. What's it EEC? Oh. Guadalupe Robles, TR 19071-072, TR 20008603. Mr. Mediate's present by video. Mr. Hannes is present in court. Mr. Hannes, you're waiving your client's presence?
Yes, I've met with them kind of recently as a team. This one may be headed for a trial judge. Not 100% sure based on the last meeting. With this Robles, I'd asked her if there's a bench motion to continue to set it for pretrial.
Mr. Hannah is asking that I reset this for a Zoom hearing to give him another opportunity to talk to his client. His
No
client
objection.
possibly thinking about setting this case for trial.
Okay, I heard him. No problem.
All right, so we're gonna set up for a Zoom hearing, Mr. Hannah. Let's see. July 16th at 10 a.m. Thank you. Will you come up? Well, Anna can give you your paperwork. Thank you.
Just by coincidence, was there last night on a case, had a stipulation of substitution of counsel for a speaker, which is on the calendar,
Yeah, you can hold on. The attorney's gonna zoom in on that at 2.
I spoke to Mr. Medina earlier today.
Did he sign it?
Yes.
Oh, okay, let me have it.
He gave me permission to sign it, and I spoke to him at length.
She's gonna zoom in, or you gonna tell her?
No, I told her that I would be here a little bit earlier, and then I could potentially do it all quicker, frankly, if she weren't here. I can reach her if necessary, but she signed a consent form for the substitution.
All right.
And I told Mr. Medina I'd get him the minute entry.
Hold on. I don't see her file here. Be here. Yeah, right here. What is this? Why is this over here? Have to say at the defense table. State versus Kathleen Beeger, CM19066-790. Mr. Mediate's going to cover for Mr. Vick. I don't see him trying to zoom in. Mr. Hannes is here in court. Ms. Beeger, you're going to waive her presence.
Correct.
And I see she filed a substitution of counsel. So, Mr. Hannes, you're asking for a continuance for today's hearing.
Yes, Judge, I made arrangements to get the disclosure from Mr. Medina already.
No objection.
Monday.
All right, so I'll just set it for another Zoom hearing. What day did I set the last one, Mr.?
You gave me the-
July 16th. It's going to be at 10 a.m.
I do, that actually works for another hearing. I'm a little worried I might run out of time. If I'm between two other things. Do you have
Just
a-
zoom in early.
Okay, I'll do that. At the
I
same
mean, I start at 9.
Okay. All right, thank you.
All right, thank you.
I did want to pass along a request to Mr. Medina to see if he could give me a few minutes. I'll give him a- I'm going to order counsel is talking to her. I just have to go down and check them out.
State versus Danielle Jones, CM19065-986. You can stay there, Mr. Bach. Mr. Mediate's on the video. Mr. Bach is present. And Mr. Mediate, is there a pretrial statement prepared? I guess this case is going to be set for trial.
Okay, and can I get the name of it again, Judge?
Yeah, Danielle Jones, CM19065-986.
Okay, let me just pull it up here.
Sorry, Mr. Bach? Yeah, hold on.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
I'm gonna have you do a officer's check. It's gonna be in August because I don't have anything available in July. Let's see. Oh, shoot, August 10th at 2:30?
That's fine.
And Judge, I think we did just set that other one for August 10th, right?
Yeah, at
1:30?
1:30,
Okay, and this was at August 10th at 2:30?
yes.
Okay. Still loading.
No problem. Mr. Mediate?
Mr. Median?
Four, 7, 2, 3, 0. Three, two. Yep, that's good for the state, August 10th.
All right, August 10th, 2:30, we're setting a trial, and both parties file a joint pretrial statement by June 24th. You can just scan and email it to me, and then Mr. Bach, you'll file a trial acknowledgement by July 3rd. And you can scan and email that to me also. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Say versus Santiago Estrada, TR 19046-288, TR 20003451. Mr. Mediate's present by video. Mr. Huerta is present, and you're waiving your client's presence. He's present in the courtroom.
What was it, Your Honor?
This looks like Miss Roberts' case.
Hold on.
Yeah, oh, no, you're right. It is. It's mine, Judge.
Ms. Roberts is present by video, and Mr. Huerta is present in person. And Mr. Huerta, what's happening in this case?
Your Honor, I've had on my notes that this was set for hearing on June 24th. And I just want to see if that's still on or not.
No.
No?
I don't see anything in the file about June 24. This is just,
And I
June
can't hear
11th.
anything he's saying, Judge.
sorry?
I can't hear anything he's saying.
Oh, he was just asking, he had notes that it was set for June 24th, but it's not. The last hearing was May 11th, and then it was set for today's date, June 19th. It was supposed to be this morning, but I changed my Zoom calendar to the afternoon. Santiago Estrada. All right, so Mr. Huerta, what's happening in this DUI case?
Your Honor, we're going to have to combining this case with another case. And I think I'll get, I got a reference from Mr. Estrada. He should be accepting that in the next hearing.
Okay, so you want to set it for a change of plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, let me see. Change of plea. July 20th at 1:30 for a change of plea hearing?
That's fine, ma'am. Thank you.
So July 20th at 1:30 for the change of plea hearing. Say versus Dana Sepik, TR 19074-309. Mr. Mediate's present on this case. Mr. Huerta is present. He's in the courthouse, and you're waiving your client's presence.
Yes, ma'am.
And what's happening in this case, Mr. Huerta?
Yeah, at this time, I am waiting for blood results. And once we have that, we should be okay. This is a drug case.
Oh, this is Miss Roberts' case. Miss Roberts, are there drug results still pending out there?
What was the name, Judge?
Dana Sepik? CPIC or SEPIC?
Yeah, I apologize. I'm just running really slow. No, it looks like the last time my assistant checked was June 2nd and we still didn't have them.
All right, so we'll just set it for another Zoom hearing. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am, and that's great.
Yeah, that works for me. Thank you.
Hopefully we'll have blood results by then.
We'll set it for a Zoom. It's going to be a Zoom hearing. It's going to be July 30th at 9 o'clock.
You said 9 o'clock, Judge?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Annette Villalobos, TR 20007323. Mr. Mediate is present, Mr. Huerta is present, and you waive your client's present, Mr. Huerta? Oh, okay.
So I just only do it because I received the blood results a couple of days ago, so I'm just waiting for a few of them to make that.
All right. Mr. Huerta, Mr. Mediate, did you hear, Mr. Huerta is just waiting for the plea offer. Do you have one?
Oh, sorry about that.
Okay.
I just started talking. So it looks like I need to send in a long form to be sworn out, Judge.
Can you send it right now?
Yeah. Just a notch slow, but I just clicked the attachment and it's about to send. Double checking. All right. Should be over there.
Just got it. All right, I'm gonna swear in, Mr. Mediate, have you raised your right hand? Do you swear affirm testimony you're about to give is the truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Judge.
All right, go ahead.
February 5th, 2020, South Nogales Highway and East Valencia Road within city limits of Tucson. There was a traffic stop, DUI investigation, blood came back 0.186.
All right, court's gonna enter a plea of not guilty. And Mr. Huerta, you want to, we've set up for another Zoom hearing?
Yes, I'm expecting a second file, but I did want to give you the proof that I expect. I would call it the set for future work.
Okay. That one I'm gonna set up for a sooner Zoom hearing date. Okay, July 23rd at 10 a.m. Is that okay with you, Mr. Huerta?
So what time now?
10 a.m.?
Yeah.
All right, and then have your client fill out the mandatory fingerprint compliance form by July 10th, 2020, okay?
Yes,
All right, she can come up and get her paperwork. And then you have another hearing, Ms. Porter, N. Porter, TR18021-914. And Mr. Mediate's present, Mr. Huerta's present, Ms. Porter's present, Jose Ramos is present. And what's happening in this case?
Your own, Ms. Porter. The last flight regulated is actually tested negative. But she doesn't test positive.
Excuse me. Hold on. I can't hear. So you gotta speak a little louder, Mr. Ramos.
She has not been attending classes with AMI. We will have attempted to contact them. We contacted them on the 15th. They said that they had spoken with her and had set up for her to attend that Thursday before, and she did not show up. We had asked for previous letters from her doctor, which were continued a couple times regarding her medication. Stated that her doctor was going to
What's AMI?
counseling.
Oh, okay. Ms. Huerta, Mr. Huerta?
Yeah, she has missed, and we did request the additional time to get that out of the doctor. She indicated she hasn't been able to, but she will try again. I would say that she has been able to over the last couple of days. And hopefully she indicated that this will pay out.
Did you hear any of that, Mr. Mediate?
No.
All right, so she's, she has been doing her testing recently and she's had negatives, 5 negatives, is that correct? And she has not attended counseling. And Mr. Ramos said that she keeps promising she'll get a doctor's note. Mr. Huerta confirmed that they do not have the doctor's note also, but they will get it soon. So Mr. Huerta, what are you asking for?
Yeah, just one time that this guy for I just don't expect to be. 5 months or so, and it's something along those lines, so. So we may be able to, but I'm not holding it.
And Mr. Ramos, what are your thoughts?
This time, Your Honor, we continue the hearing prior to the vote over the issue. We continue to be wise in order to get that letter. But this time, I'm not for determination of recommending 45 days. If the prosecutor wants less, it is up to the prosecutor.
All right, so Mr. Ramos is asking for termination, just complete 45 days in jail. Mr. Mediate, Mr. Wecht is asking to continue another 30 days. And what are your thoughts, Mr. Mediate?
I would support what Jose had just recommended.
All right. So this is a petition to revoke probation. State's asking for jail time at this point. Mr. Mediate, Mr. Wecht, let's see, she hasn't made an admission, has she?
It is not, Your Honor.
So are you going to be asking for a probation revocation hearing?
We would like to hear for this
Actually, February 24th, she did admit. She admitted violating probation by testing positive on 6 different dates.
Oh, I'm sorry, Your Honor, you're right. There was an admission. Prior.
Okay, so there is an admission. We were just holding off on a disposition hearing. And she's tested negative the last 5 times, you said, Mr. Ramos?
The last 5 days is coming, Your Honor.
The last 5 days, and she's tested negative. And before that, was she testing positive
Correct.
every day
Yes,
for alcohol?
correct. Well, we were doing breathalyzer tests.
Okay. And was your office ever shut down?
It was closed during the COVID.
And what months were those from? What periods was that from?
From the time that the court closed till.
April 2nd
Correct.
until when?
Till the court opened.
So during that time, she didn't test at all.
No, Your Honor.
And then when they reopened, she was testing it, and then she was testing positive, and in the last 5 days, she's tested negative.
Correct.
Ms. Wechter, do you have another hearing to go to?
Your Honor, I didn't have anything to respond.
All right, let me think about this a moment, but let me set this case aside. Let's do your last case, Ayanko, Kosa.
Your Honor, before COVID, I had an appointment scheduled with, who was not make that appointment at the beginning of the COVID, beginning of the COVID. I haven't had any contact with him since, he had called me back in February. I haven't had any contact with him since then. So I was hoping to go just that OSC, what I want last time, just, once that APC.
Now, when you say you've tried to reach out to him?
Yes, now, he originally reached out to me and set up an appointment. He didn't make that appointment. And I reached out to him.
So is it, when you say you reached out, does that mean you just left a voicemail, or the number's no longer good, or what does that mean? Is there going to be a long form in this case, Mr. Mediate?
I'm still pulling up the case.
Ayeshe, Kosa Ayeshe or something?
Yeah, it's just loading.
Let me let someone in. I don't know who this is. It says iPhone. Hold on.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Hi, good afternoon. Hold on, Mr. Medina. We're finishing up on one other matter. I'll be with you in a moment, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
And yes, Judge, I'm sending it in.
You've got the file pulled up, are you AJ?
Correct. I'm sending it in the long form.
Oh, you're sending the long form, okay.
Mhm.
Okay. All right, oh, no, that's the old one. Villalobos, I haven't gotten it yet. You still sending it, Mr. Mediate?
All right, you should have it.
Okay, so let me have you raise your right hand. You swear affirm testimony you're about to give is the truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Judge.
Go
Let's
ahead.
see here. Sorry, my sound went out for a second there, but are you ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. On January 4th, 2020, Stone and Glen within city limits of Tucson. I want to make sure I get the number here. Traffic stop, DUI investigation. The blood was 0.109, Judge.
All right, I'm going to enter a plea of not guilty. And Mr. Huerta, I'm going to give you a chance to try to find your client. You're going to sit up for an OSC hearing July 10th at 10:30 a.m., okay? Okay. All right, I'm still going to hold off on Porter. Give me a moment, Mr. Huerta. You can talk to her if you'd like. All right, Mr. Medina, let me call your case. So, Mr. Medina, I already withdrew you on Bigger's case. Mr. Hannah's already showed up.
Yes, and I've spoken to him, Your Honor. I spoke to him today. Thank you very much.
All right, and then you have Aurelia Lopez, TR19072-546, TR20010015. Mr. Mediate's present and Mr. Medina's present. And you're waiving your client's presence?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, what's happening in this case?
So the defense has received all the disclosure except the body-worn camera video.
Okay,
The defense has also received a plea agreement, and we just request a continuance for the body worn camera video, time waived.
all right. And,
No objection. I'm checking to see where it's at.
okay, Mr. Mediates, check in to see what's going on with the body worn camera.
Looks like it's been ordered. It's just not in yet.
Okay.
So July 23rd, it's going to be another Zoom hearing, Mr. Medina, at 10 a.m., okay?
If I can look at my calendar, Your Honor, you said July
that's fine.
23rd?
Yeah, July 23rd at 10 a.m.
Real quick, if I can just look.
That's fine.
Let's see. Um, Oh, Your Honor,
Yes,
I have a conflict on that at that time.
okay.
Can we
let
pick
me-
another date?
Yeah, it'll be July 17th at 3 o'clock.
You have anything in the morning?
July 16th, it'll be at 10:30.
If I can look, July 16th. Yes, Your Honor, July 16th works.
July 16th, 10:30 for the next Zoom hearing. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
You too.
Mr. Willerman, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
How are you today?
We're living through these times, Your Honor, so we're making the best we can. Thank
Yeah,
you.
exactly. I'm gonna call your case, State versus Nicholas Marksberry, TR 19065-615, TR 20010014. And Mr. Mediate's present by video, Mr. Willerman's present by video. And Mr. Willerman, have you had good contact with your client?
I have, yes, Your Honor. He calls me at least once a week, sometimes 2 or 3 times a week. We're very friendly, Your Honor.
Okay, great. So what's happening in your case, Mr. Willerman?
Well, at this point, the discovery is completed. We've gotten the scientific results, and I think the only thing we need to do now is I don't even know if this is happening in Pima County, but I'd like to set this matter for a jury trial.
Okay, all right. So we're gonna set up for trial. Hold on a second.
So when does the court imagine that we're going to be able to go jury trial? By the way, Your Honor, I want it for the record known that we are excluding all Rule 8 time, given the pandemic and the fact that Mr. Marksberry is not suffering any kind of infirmities from this matter being moved along. So we have no objection if the court wants to set this out whenever it wants to. There is no objection as far as the Rule 8 is concerned.
Yeah, we're gonna try I'll set it for October 15th and 16th, but I think Mr. Mediate just needs to check his officer checks.
All right.
And there's several cases set for that day, so that usually the order is the oldest case will go, and then we'll just see how it goes.
Okay, would you give me the date, please, again, October?
15th, 16th, and Mr. Mediate's gonna check his officer checks.
Okay, great.
So just hold on a sec, Mr. Miller.
Sure. So is it fair to say to put a tentative trial date? Is that the way the court would like me to put it down?
Yeah, we're backed up with trials, so a trial will go that day. I just don't know which one will go.
No, I understand the court situation. I just want to make sure we're on the same page.
We're starting jury trials here on the 4th, 5th, and 6th. So Jay Cranshaw's got the 4th, and Close has got the 5th, and I believe I may have the 6th. So, and we're doing trials Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, and it's one trial going every day.
Okay, but October 15th and 16th is Thursday, Friday, is it not?
Yeah, so my trials will be on Thursdays.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we'll just see how it goes.
And I have no if Your Honor wants to transfer this for another judge for the jury trial purposes, I'm amenable to whatever the court wants to do.
Okay.
And it looks like, I'm just checking, make sure this was a blood case. So I just gotta make sure my criminalist is ready.
Amy,
Yeah, just making sure Miss Autry is available. Looks like Nepper is, and yeah, that's good with the state judge, the October dates.
All right, so October 15th, 16th, this case is set for a jury trial beginning 8:30 to 5. Both parties will file a joint pretrial statement by June 24th, 2020.
I'm sorry, John, would you repeat that date, please?
Joint pretrial statement to be filed by June 24th, 2020. And you can scan and email it to me.
So
And
next week, we have a week to do this?
Yeah, your joint pretrial statement?
So it's due next Thursday,
Yes.
okay?
Do I have your email?
It's M as in Mary, F as in Frank, WILLI, M as in Mary, A, N as in Nancy, N as in Nancy at yahoo.com.
File a joint jury trial acknowledgement by July
Got
3rd,
it.
2020.
I'll email it over to you, Mr. Is it Williman?
Yep,
Okay, yeah, I'll email it to you probably today.
perfect. And then July 23rd is, what is it, Your Honor?
July 3rd, file a trial acknowledgement.
Your Honor, I apologize, but the acoustics are very horrible. Would you please repeat what you just said?
File a trial acknowledgement by July 3rd.
July 3rd for trial acknowledgement. Okay.
And Anna's going to scan and email the minute entry to you, so you'll have all that information.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
You be well. Be
Thank
safe.
You
Try
too.
to stay sane. Bye, good.
Bye.
Permission to be excused.
Yes, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Masters is going to be next.
Okay.
Kelly Masters. Hi, Mr. Harwin.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
How are you? What happened to Mr. Redmond?
Oh, Mr. Redmond, he's down the street. He's got his own office now.
He does?
Yeah, he's,
That.
yeah, after 5.5 years or 6 years, he's out on his own.
Oh my gosh. That's great.
I think he's happy, I think.
Yeah.
Well, I still see him all the time. He gets free parking in our parking lot, and his secretary does too, so.
All right. So, Mr. Mediate, we're here on State versus Kelly Masters, TR 20008366. Is there a long form on this case? Mr. Harwin's appearing.
Michael Harwin appearing. Yes, I'd like to waive Kelly's presence. I talked to her this morning. On her case,
Is there a long form that's going to
So
be filed?
Judge, it's not ready yet.
Okay.
There will be though. We can do it
All
next
right.
week.
I'm
So,
sorry.
Mr. Harwin, we're just,
Sorry, I missed that. Could
Oh,
you say
God.
it again, please?
I don't know how my phone turned on. We're going to just reset the Zoom hearing for July 23rd at 10 o'clock.
Okay, can I just make one note that there's an important video that we don't have. I went through all of them. Harker did most of the case, and we're missing his video of the field sobriety test, Evan per se, most of it. Other than that, I've got everything done. I've interviewed Schmick already on this case. So I need Harker. His number is 101852. I
And you
need
need what?
his investigation video.
Okay. his body cam?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Anything else?
Not today.
July 23rd at 10 a.m. is going to be the next Zoom hearing, okay?
Can't wait.
Great, thanks, you're excused.
I have another one.
Oh, you do? Great, okay, hold on. I don't want to excuse you then.
Walsh.
Yeah, you do. You have Timothy Walsh. Clay versus Timothy Walsh. Mr. Mediate's present, Mr. Harwin's present, and you're waiving your client's presence?
I am waiving his presence.
Okay, what's happening on this case?
So in this one, two things. One is I'll ask that you give us an order that he gets home detention screening.
Okay,
And then number two, I'll just point out that the plea, which I have, looks like there might be a typo in it. It says 180 jail, suspend 171, which sounds like a 2 and 7 plea, but then it says serve 30 days. And I'm assuming that it's a 2 and 7. It's a pretty high reading case. Would you take a look at that, counsel?
Sure. I'll send you a revised one if I need to make a change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it says like 180 suspend 171, then it says
Yeah.
serve 30. I think it's,
Good catch.
well, I don't want him not getting released, you know? COVID heaven over there. But I appreciate, I'm doing these things like this. This is much safer for everybody.
Yeah.
sure. So Mr. Harwin, do you want to change a plea hearing or do you want a Zoom hearing?
Zoom, I'd say for now Zoom, and if the home detention screening gets done, we can convert it to a live hearing.
All right, so what I'll do is I'll order that your client report to the home detention office by June 26th. I'll set it for a Zoom hearing. It's going to be July 17th at 3 o'clock. But if you anticipate your client's going to take the plea, then email me and I'll vacate that date and set it up for I'll give you some dates for an in-person change of plea hearing.
Judge, could you give me a little longer lead time on the home detention screening?
Yeah,
Because
that's fine. July 2nd.
There you go. Thank you.
Thank you. July 17th at 3 o'clock for the next Zoom hearing, okay?
All right. You guys have a good weekend.
All
Thank
right,
you.
you too. See ya.
Take care.
Let's see. Mr. Valenzuela.
Can I leave now?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Anna, have a good weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye. Mr. Valenzuela.
I'm actually here covering for Mr. Boers because I think my case was moved, Judge.
Yeah, yours was. So which case are you here on?
Well, for Mr. Boers, I'm here
Oh,
on
Michael Lopez?
his client. Yes, correct. Michael Lopez.
State versus Michael Lopez, CM19008644. Mr. Mediate's present, Mr. Valenzuela is covering for Mr. Boers, and you're waiving his client's appearance?
I am, Judge. Well, actually, Mr. Boers was hoping that Mr. Lopez would be in the courtroom because he hasn't had contact with him.
All right, let me see if he's here today. What is he on?
He didn't get a minute, I can't understand.
So Mr. Lopez is not here. His hearing is set for 2:30, so, and he's not downstairs yet. So do you want to wait a bit, Mr. Valenzuela, or you want to just do the hearing?
I have to be somewhere at 3, Judge. I'll do a hearing if he is there, and if you could just direct him to come here, and then maybe we can set an OSC either way.
Let's just
OSC.
let's just set an OSC hearing.
Okay.
He's not here. He's not downstairs. So we'll set an OSC hearing. It's going to be July 10th at 9 o'clock.
Seven, 10, and 9. Okay, Judge. And it looks like I did have a second case on order.
right, hold on a second.
Oh, Douglas Wald.
Let's see. Mr. Valenzuela, you think you're here on another case? What's the name of the case?
I think it's Douglas Wald.
Robinson Jada, is that a?
Oh,
No, Wald was moved to the 7th.
oh,
Yeah,
Yeah,
July 7th.
and-
Yeah,
and
Wall was
so-
July 7th at 10:30.
oh, Jada
Yeah, and
Robinson.
Yeah, I see that on the calendar, Judge. Frankly, I don't remember the client. It could be that Ms. Bang met with her.
Jada Robinson, you think was added to the calendar?
It looks like it. It's on the calendar
Yeah.
that Mr. Boers printed out.
All right, hold on a second.
It's
No,
on-
we set it for July 9th at 10:30 a.m.
Okay.
Okay, so that's it. But it was still on the calendar. Thank you,
All
Judge.
right, thanks,
All right, bye-bye.
thanks.
Nice backdrop.
I know.
Oh,
Hi, Miss Behan, how are you?
I'm okay.
Okay, you got all your minute entries for the other cases, so we're here on Kenneth Sawitzky, is that correct?
If you can hear me or not.
I can.
Okay. Yes, we're here on Mr. Sawicki.
All right, so let me call the case. State versus Kenneth Sawitzky, CM 20-020-112. Mr. Mediate's present, Ms. Behan is present, and a motion was filed to dismiss. Looks like I got the defense motion, the state's response. I haven't read anything yet, so should we just set it for a legal hearing?
Yes, ma'am, that's what I was thinking. I
right.
had proposed a date for you where I'm going to be there for an evidentiary hearing at the end of August. It's like the 24th of August or something like that.
Yeah, I'm not willing to set it out that far because that's 2 months away. Anyone anticipate any witnesses needing to be called?
Just one moment. I want to give Matt Walker a call just to see what he wants to do.
Okay, you want to call him right now? Okay. All right, so Ms. Behan, just hold off.
Okay,
And I'm gonna let Ms. Bone in for everyone. So just because she's been waiting too. Just so
Okay.
she can listen to the proceedings, I guess. Ms. Bone, are you covering for someone?
Yes, I'm covering for Miss Bradley on Antoinette Caballero.
All right, so just hold on a second, Ms. Bone. We're still dealing with Ms. Behan's case. So just hold on. Mr. Mediate, you there?
Yes, Judge. All right, I'll see Matt.
Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Walker said to just go ahead and set it the Sawicki case.
Okay, so Ms. Behan, I'd like to set the case, let's see. Well, do either party anticipate calling any witnesses or is it just simply a legal hearing?
I think it's simply a legal hearing, Your Honor.
Yeah,
That's the position of the defense.
Matt and I tend to think that as well. And then he thought if we were doing it and it seemed like Your Honor wanted that testimony, then maybe we could set another date, but he said go ahead and try for the legal hearing.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and just set it for the August 24th date, Ms. Behan. I'm gonna set it at 2 o'clock. Is that okay?
I think so, Your Honor. I think that's the time that I was scheduled to, yeah, I'm scheduled to be in front of you for an evidentiary hearing that same day at 1:30.
All right, we'll just set this for a legal hearing on that same date at 2 o'clock, just to put it down as 2 o'clock.
Okay.
Thanks, Judge.
And if either party wants witnesses, then just let me know that it's an evidentiary hearing rather than a legal hearing.
Oh, okay, great.
Okay. Thank you, Your
So,
Honor.
if you guys want to do that, just let me know. Other than that, it's a legal hearing. There's plenty of time to check that out. I haven't read the motion, so I don't know if you guys need an evidentiary hearing. All right, August 24th at 2 o'clock then.
Thanks,
All right.
Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Excuse Ms. Behan, thank you.
Thank you.
And Mr. Mediate, Ms. Bone is on the video with, she's covering for Ms. Bradley on Caballero, Antoinette Caballero.
Yes, Your Honor, and Miss Bradley is asking for an OSC. She's only been able to leave a voice message for her, so if she's not appearing as a walk-in, she's asking for an OSC today. Looks like she has a possible mental health treatment issue, but we don't know much about it yet.
Mr. Mediate, did you have any objection to the OSC setting?
No.
All right, I'm gonna set this for an OSC hearing. It's gonna be July 10th at 10 o'clock.
July 10th at 10. Is that going to be an in-person inspector to be there in court?
Yes.
Okay,
Anything else?
that's it.
All right, you're excused.
Maybe excused. Thank you.
Yes, thank you for your patience. And then we'll go back on the record and say this is Ann Porter. Hold on, just give me a moment here. Did you get this minute entry? Oh, who? This one here? I printed it. All right, we're back in the record in State versus Ann Porter, TR 18021-914. Mr. Mediate's present by video. Mr. Ramos is still present in the courtroom. Mr. Huerta is present in the courtroom, and Ms. Porter is present in the courtroom. And Mr. Huerta, anything else you'd like to add to the record regarding the hearing today?
Yes, I've not been able to get the letter that I mentioned earlier. I spoke to Ms. Porter. If you take it off the medication by the doctor 5 days ago, if that is in fact the case, for whatever reason that medication was not affecting her, I think then if she stays off medication, then there should be a problem. And obviously, she's up to positive again for the next 2 weeks or next couple of weeks. Then obviously, no one that is the case. So I would request that the court give us that opportunity for those weeks and obviously.
So what is the medication that she stopped taking?
She knows an anti-exciting medication. She does not know the name of it. She is on, she indicates about 10 medications. Which is much better.
Ms. Porter, only because of what your attorney just told me, I'm going to give you we're going to continue this hearing, and it's going to be continued until the 29th of June, okay? And if you are testing positive, you're just looking at about 45 days in jail. And so when you come in the 29th, if you've been testing positive, then you'll tell me what days you want to start doing your jail time. Do you understand? Other than that, I was prepared to just revoke your probation and have you do your jail time. So I'm going to trust that what you told your attorney was accurate and true, that the medication, one particular medication you stopped taking is now suddenly you have negative alcohol results. So if you test negative in the next week, you will stay out of custody. If you're testing positive, you know that you will be doing a jail sentence. You understand? You understand? All right, so I'm going to set this hearing, Mr. Huerta, June 29th in the morning at 11 o'clock. Porter, you can't be drinking any alcohol June 29th at 11 a.m. If you're not here, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. You understand? All right, thank you. You can come up and get your paperwork. Thank you for your patience. The other thing I need to check too is if the jail is taking people for several days. I've had clients who are defendants who went in for a day or two, or maybe even like just a few days, but not a longer sentence. I need to find out from the jail if they're taking longer people for a longer jail sentence at this time. All right, so Ms. Porter, this is not the time to be in jail. So you have to really get it together and be in compliance and stay negative. Do you understand? That's your problem right there. It's just you got to stay negative for alcohol. So the only person that we're waiting for, Mr. Mediate, is Ms. Saltschuler on Rivera and Mr. Blue, and they're set at 3 o'clock. So you can zoom back in at 3, or you can just be on mute, whatever you want to do.
Okay.
right.
Thanks, Judge.
Thanks.
I need you to sign address it. I need you to put the pin in the recycle bin. That's it. Mr. Ramos?
Yes. Yes. You too.